Good day students, and welcome back to Computer Practice with Mr. H, and today we're going to do file management. This video is specifically focused on Computer Practice in 5, but in 4 students you will also benefit from watching this video since file management is also part of your curriculum. So let's jump in. First of all, we're going to go to the File Explorer, and there's two ways that you can access the File Explorer. The one is right at the bottom on the taskbar, and this is the taskbar here at the bottom. There is a yellow folder. If you click on it, that is the icon for the file for the File Explorer. So you can access your files directly if you click there. Alternatively, you can also click on your Start button, and then you go right up to the File Explorer. So that's another way to get to the File Explorer. So once the File Explorer is open in front of you, you can then use these drives on your left, and currently we are in the quick access view, but we're going to go right down to this PC so that we can have access to the rest of our File Explorer. There is, of course, folders waiting for you and drives waiting for you. You probably have, if you're at college, you'll have your student drive displaying your student number or your name and your surname. You might also have a common drive available to you at some point, but I'm going to take you to the documents, because I've placed a folder in this PC's documents. There's a folder, it's called Computer Practice in 5, and this folder is part of the Computer Practice in 5 final exam question papers documents, and it comes from last year 2020's question paper, and we are going to specifically do question 3 today. There we go. Question 3, which is file management. Open the file structure in Computer Practice in the Computer Practice in 5 folder, and we're going to have to do the following questions on the computer. At some stage we're going to insert our exam number left and question number right as a header, and then we're going to make a print screen of it. So what that means is we probably first have to go and open Microsoft Word, because print screens needs to be pasted into Microsoft Word. So we're gonna have to do a bunch of things in the File Explorer, make some changes in the File Explorer, and then actually go and put Microsoft Word. So Microsoft Word, open Microsoft Word, right click on top of your page, click on Edit Header. On the left hand side you type in your exam number. Your exam number will always be your ID number. So I'm just going to type in my ID number. I'm going to press tab on my keyboard. My cursor jumps to the middle. That's not where I want to be, because the instructions specifically said on the left hand side you type your ID number or your exam number, and on the right hand side you type the question number. So you press tab again on your keyboard, and then you type in question 1. And please note that I am typing this in capital letters. Question, so I'm going to do question 3.1 or question 3 at least. No, yeah, let's do 3.1. Let's do it separately, because the reason why I'm specifically specifying 3.1 is for the following reason. Let's go to our question paper. Only one printout per question may be handed in. Alright, per question. So here we have question 3.1, question 3.1, and there's a bunch of things that needs to be answered in question 3.1. At the end of question 3.1, before we go to question 3.2, display the contents of the motivation folder and make a print screen. Alright, so first you have to do all of the instructions before you can make your print screen. The same applies for question 3.2. 3.2 is a different folder that we need to focus on. Let me show you. Question 3.1 focused on the happiness folder. question 3.2 focuses on the holiday folder, and you have to do a bunch of things in that folder so that you can get to the end of question 3.2, where they're going to ask you to make a print screen. Alright, the same applies with question 3.3, South Africa folder, and then at the end of it, just before you go to the next question, make a print screen. So the same applies with question 3.4, make a print screen. So altogether there's 4 questions. Question 3 is divided into 4 more specific questions. So it's question 3.1, question 3.2, question 3.3, and question 3.4. That's 4 questions, which implies there's 4 print screens. So please pay attention to that. So in our header, we're going to type 3.1. Alright, we can even prepare a second page, a third page, and a fourth page. So this is 3.1. If I press Control on my keyboard and hold it and I press the letter N, I will go to a new page, blank page. Alternatively, I could just use File, click on the File tab, and then click on the File tab and then click on New. Exactly the same method. So my second page, I'm preparing my ID number, tab once, tab twice, question 3.2, Control N on my keyboard, the letter N, and I do exactly the same here. So it is ID number, tab, question 3.3, Control on my keyboard, hold it and press the letter N on your keyboard. New blank screen. Alright, ID number, tab, and the last question, question 3.4. So there I have here at the bottom my 4 documents. I'm going to go back to my first one, 3.1, and then I'm going to go to, I can minimize it, and then what I'm minimize, and I'm going to go quickly, I'm going to go back to my question, and my question says the following. I'm going to go back to 3.1. I'm going to start with 3.1. So 3.1 says the following. Open the folder Happiness in the student file on your disk. Alright, go and open the folder Happiness, and then 3.1.2, create a subfolder Motivation. A subfolder means a folder within a folder. So in this case, we need to go and create another folder called Motivation within the Happiness folder. So I'm going to go to the File Explorer, to where my file is. Alright, just go and locate your folder wherever you've saved it, and then you go in the folder, go and open your student files, and there's your Happiness folder. Now they say that inside of the Happiness folder, let me just show you, you can either just double click on it or just click on it. It depends on what the settings are. So you just go inside that folder, and then inside of it you can either right click on your mouse and select New Folder and give your folder a name. In this case it's Motivation. Press enter. That's one way that you can create a new folder. Alternatively, you can also create a folder in the following way. Select when you go into the Happiness folder, you can select Home. Under Home, click on New Folder, and again same concept, and type it in. Press enter. Alright, so under the Home tab we have options to move, to copy, to delete, to rename. But at the same time, we also, if we right click within the folder, we also have those same options. We will have an option to add a new folder. We can even add other files and folders here as well. We can sort, we can group, we can paste, we can undo a rename, we can give access to. There's so many things that we can do, but we're gonna basically work in the Home folder for the rest of this question. Let's go now back to our question paper. So we've done 3.1.1 and 1.2. Now we're doing 3.1.3. Move the files money, health, family to the motivation folder. Alright, that's actually very simple indeed. So what I'm going to do is I want to move, remember I'm clicking on the Home folder, I want to move these files into the motivation folder, and I want to use the move to button, but I can't use it because I first need to select my files. So one easy way to do that is to click on the first file, press shift on your keyboard, hold your shift button or your shift key in while you use your arrow keys, and then you use your down arrow. So it's press shift on your keyboard and then you just press the down arrow key to do the rest of the selection. Alright, so once you've done that selection, then you just click on move to, and where do you want to move this? You want to move this to the motivation folder, and then you look on here. There are quite a few folders here, so I need to go and find the motivation folder. So motivation. I can't see my motivation folder, so alternatively I'm going to click on choose location, documents, happiness, motivation. Alright, that was a very long method. I could have just selected it and dragged it all in there. Let me show you. So I'm just going to quickly remove it from the motivation folder. Just going to cut this from the motivation folder. Cut. And paste it back. And what I'm then going to do is I'm going to select them again. And I'm going to click on family, hold in my mouse. I'm not clicking and holding, I'm clicking, and while I'm clicking I'm continuing clicking, I'm holding, and I'm dragging it into the motivation folder. Alright, so that was one way that you could have done that as well. So let's go now back to the question. So I've done number 1.3, now 1.4, delete the file health in the motivation folder. Alright, go back to our folder, go into motivation. They want us to delete the file health, so I'm going to click on health and I'm just going to click on delete. Alright, that's easy. I could have used the delete key on my keyboard directly as well. Alternatively, I could have also just right clicked on the file and selected delete from the menu. Going back to the question 3.1.5, change the file name family to love in the motivation folder. So family I need to rename, so I'm going to click on family and I'm going to select rename. It's going to allow me to change the name, and I need to change this to love. I'm going to press enter to activate the new file name. Going back to the question, create an Excel file career in the motivation folder. Alright, so I'm gonna create a new file called career. Okay, I can use this option, new item. And what do I want to create? I want to create a new Excel worksheet, and the name of this worksheet should be called career. Press enter. Okay, so students, now I'm going to make a print screen of this folder, and I'm going to paste the print screen into the Word document that we prepared earlier. To create a print screen, you have to press the print screen key on your keyboard. Your print screen key, you will find it on the top row of your keyboard. Press it once, and that will be enough for you to be able to generate the print screen. Remember, you are in the motivation folder, which is in the happiness folder, which is in your student folders. Make sure that the motivation folder is the one that's open in front of you. You will also see it displayed on top of your file explorer, the name there, motivation. And now press the print screen key on your keyboard. Click on the taskbar and open the document that you prepared for question 3.1. Open it, close your header, and then right click on your mouse and select paste. Your print screen should then appear. If you want, you can crop it so it looks much better. You click on your print screen, click on picture format, select crop, and you can actually just make it smaller, but do not crop any information away. Then go to your adjust group of your picture format and select the option for compress pictures. Click on compress pictures, click on OK, and then you can make your deactivate your crop, and then you can actually make your picture even bigger than it was before. I'm going to recrop this a little bit more to take this part away there. Compress. There we go. Deactivate my crop by clicking on any white space, and then I just make it bigger. If I want to, I can also click on activate my wrap text and select this option here, top and bottom, so that I can easily move my print screen around. The marker will then easily be able to see this was the motivation folder, the motivation folder. There is all the changes that were made. I specifically left out the bitmap option so that you know that if there's something missing, obviously the marker will be able to see it immediately, and then you will lose a mark. So just make sure that all the information is there. It also shows you on the left hand side what is currently open. So there's your marks for that. If you want to, you can also, you're not going to get marks for this, it's just going to present your document better. You can add a picture border to your print screen, so that your picture looks just more presentable, but you're not going to get any marks for that. Okay, so now let's go to our second question. So by the way, this one you will then be able to print. Okay, So question 3.1 is on its own page. Now we can go to question 3.2. Question 3.2 wants us to do the following. We need to go and open the folder holiday. We need to create a subfolder named international destinations. We need to create a PowerPoint file named Mauritius, then an Access file named Europe, and then we need to copy the file Mauritius in the international destinations folder and rename it to Mauritius Summer. We need to make a copy and we need to rename the copy to Mauritius in Summer, and then we need to make a print screen. So let's go. So first of all, holiday folder, create a subfolder called international destinations. So this time we're done now with the motivation folder. We're gonna go back to holiday folder, double click on it. Inside of the holiday folder, we're gonna right click and create a new folder. Alright, there. I right click now, but out of habit. But guys, you can just use new folder and give it a new name called, let's double check the name again, International Destinations. International Destinations. Alright. Next question. Create a PowerPoint file named Mauritius and an Access file named Europe. Create a new file. So new item, PowerPoint, name it Mauritius. How do you spell Mauritius? Mauritius. Create a new file, PowerPoint file, named Mauritius. Mauritius. The next one is create an Access file called Europe. New item, Access file, Europe. Next question, and that's it. Copy the file Mauritius in the international destinations folder and rename it to Mauritius in Summer. So Mauritius, we're gonna make a copy of it. We can just right click on your keyboard, click on copy, right click, click on paste, now the copy we're going to rename. We can either right click and click on rename, or we can use the option available for us, rename, and we need to rename it Mauritius in Summer. In Summer. And then we need to go and make a print screen. So again, we're going to press the print screen key on our keyboard once. We're going to go to the document that we already prepared for question 3.2. We're going to close the header. We're going to right click. We're going to paste. if you want to, we can click on our print screen, click on picture format, crop the picture. Alright, take away any extra lines or information that's not important. Alright, compress our picture, click on OK, deactivate the crop and make our picture bigger. We can also use our rep text or layout options and choose the top and bottom. You can choose any one of them, but I prefer using top and bottom, and then you can just basically move your picture around so that it is nice and big for the marker to see what you've done. And if you want to be fancy, you can add a picture border. You can choose the color of your picture border, not that it will show, but you can just decide on the type of line thickness that you want, and there's your picture. That's 3.2, and just to go back to show you, there's 3.1, there's 3.2, we still have 3.3 and 3.4 that we need to do. So let's go and do 3.3. Open the subfolder South Africa, delete the file Pretoria, rename the file Durban to West Coast, view the contents of South Africa, make a print screen. Alright, pretty simple. So this time we have to go into the South Africa folder, delete the file Pretoria, click on it, delete, rename the file Durban, click on it, rename the file Durban to West Coast, press enter. Let me just go back to my question, and that's it. Rename the file Durban to West Coast, view the contents, and make a print screen. That was easy. So again, print screen, go to the document that we prepared for 3.3, right click, paste, click on your print screen, picture format, crop any information that is not needed, that wasn't asked for. Alright, compress your picture, deactivate the crop, make your picture bigger, wrap text so that you can move your picture easily around. Done. If you want to be fancy, click on your picture, under picture format, picture border, weight, choose the line, and there you have a picture. Let's see, this crop is not perfect. That is, crop that part out there. Good. Compress, deactivate, make bigger. Alright, last question, 3.4. Change the attribute of the love file in the motivation folder to read only, and then you make a print screen. So that one is easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right back to our motivation folder, and that is in the happiness folder. Remember, motivation. And what we're actually going to have to do is we need to make this a read only folder. So one way to do that is to just simply right click on my mouse, go to properties, but of course you also have properties there, properties, and make sure that you tick. It's very important, students, there must be a tick inside or next to the read only option, the attribute read only. Do not leave it with just the selection. Make sure that you actually make a tick, and then you click on. You can click on apply if you want to, or you can click just on OK. But what's important is it needs to be read only, and you need to make a print screen out there. So I'm going to go back to properties, I'm going to make sure there's a tick, and I need to make a print screen of this folder property. So I'm gonna press print screen on my keyboard. I'm gonna go to my document that I prepared. I'm gonna right click. I'm going to paste the print screen. I'm gonna click on my print screen, picture format. I'm gonna click on crop, and I'm going to actually crop this. This is important. This one was even more important to crop than all the others. So I'm gonna crop this one. There we go. I'm gonna compress it. I'm going to deactivate the crop. I'm going to set my top and bottom, and I'm going to do this bigger and move it to the middle. Alright, so there's your mark, your read only. So there you have all your documents, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, and last but not least 3.4, and that's file management. Thank you so much, students. Join me in the next video. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and you can even request a specific video or a specific tutorial that you want me to do for you. So just let me know in the comments if there's anything specific you want me to show you guys. I'll see you in the next video.